Hi, I'm Angie. I'm a clinical psychologist.
And I'm Anthea. I'm an arts worker in the theatrical fields.
We are really good friends. We've known each other for a long time, and we're here to make a film about
Dyslexia and Shakespeare.
Woo! Alright, so my understanding of Shakespeare is that it involves like a lot of complex language, and it's actually something that's really hard for a lot of people to understand at first glance. And then my understanding of dyslexia is that people who have dyslexia have difficulties with language. And so I'm like, wow, really complex language, difficulty with language. How does this work together? How does this happen that the passion is formed? So I'm really curious, like, where did you discover Shakespeare and fall in love with Shakespeare?
Right. When I was a kid, my dyslexia, I did struggle a lot with schoolwork and stuff like that. And drama lessons as a kid, that was the first thing I was really good at. And I was, studying some Shakespeare. I first discovered the first folio of Shakespeare. So the first folio of Shakespeare is the first printed edition of Shakespeare, so printed 400 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. When I first saw the first folio, I was like, wow, Shakespeare writes like me.
Oh.
What? In the first folio of Shakespeare, when you look at that text, full stops are in different places. There's heaps more use of colons and semicolons. And then there's like non-standard spelling. There's some words that have extra letters in them or less letters in them. Unexpected capital letters, the use of question marks and exclamation marks kind of seem to be different.
Okay, so I found one of Anthea's old letters. It has beautiful artwork on the back. What a treat. So there's definitely some spelling that's like a little non-standard spelling, yeah.
Oh, unexpected capital letter.
Yeah.
Underline.
And it's appropriate, isn't it? Because it's like, I am great! Not just great, it's like, great! Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation!
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, we looked at the first folio. I'd never seen it before you showed it to me.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's amazing that there's this published work, very well-renowned published work, with all this non-standard use of punctuation and spelling and capital letters here and there.
Yeah. I've done a lot of research on why, because I was just so fascinated by exactly that. And the reason is that English is a living language. So that was written and published 400 years ago. Today, spelling, punctuation, and what have you is for logic, for the purpose of the reader to make logical sense of what is being said. And over the past 400 years, the rules have gotten really, really strict. However, back in Elizabethan times, punctuation was for the rhetoric. So rhetoric is the art of resounding. It's the art of making words sound cool.
Right.
Yeah. So the punctuation in Shakespeare's script is a code to the actors for the momentum of the argument and how he wants them to deliver it.
And sing them loud into the dead of night. Hello, your name into the reverberant hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air. Cry out, Olivia. Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me. My mind from the psychology angle was sort of wondering about the about dyslexia and Shakespeare and you know how this might work together. And like my actual experience of being a student and learning Shakespeare, while it was super interesting, I was very tired by the end of it all. And that got me thinking about, you know, maybe something about dyslexia and the need for, you know, a lot of patience and persistence and needing to be curious about language to get through it.
Shakespeare asks us to slow down, to appreciate it, and then gives this beautiful reward of like really satisfying that intelligence that is in there, so thirsty to be engaged.
Yeah. Yeah. It really brings out the abilities that are there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.